Natural calamities. Calamities or disasters are events that may strike any time without a warning. They cause huge damage to life and property and lasting suffering to the people and animals in the area where they occur. Calamities may be natural or human made. The calamities that occur due to natural forces are called natural calamities. Some natural forces that cause natural calamities are movements inside the earth, fire, lightning, changes in temperature, and excess or shortage of water. Floods, droughts, earthquakes, cyclones, tsunamis, landslides, volcanic eruptions, and forest fires are some examples of natural calamities. Forest fires can also be human made. Famines and wars are two more examples of human made calamities. It is important to know how natural disaster occur so that we can be well prepared to face them. Let's learn about how they occur, their effects, and the things we can do to deal with them. Cyclones. Cyclones are huge revolving storms that develop above warm seas and oceans. They are common in coastal areas and islands. Cyclones are accompanied by strong winds and very heavy rains. They destroy everything that comes in their way when they move towards land and flood the coastal areas. Effects of a cyclone. The force of the wind destroys structures like buildings, bridges, vehicles, and flyovers. Trees and electric poles get uprooted. This affects communication and electricity supply. Transport system also gets damaged. Water gets contaminated due to floods. This can cause epidemics of waterborne diseases like typhoid, cholera, and jaundice. Precautions. Make a list of emergency phone numbers and keep it at a place where it is visible to all family members. Keep an emergency kit ready. This kit should have a torch, spare batteries, first aid kit, non-perishable food, candles, matchbox, a portable radio, and waterproof bags. Listen to weather reports on radio, television, and read them in newspaper regularly for any announcements for cyclones. In case of an official order, immediately leave your home with your family and seek shelter with friends or other relatives. If you are driving when a cyclone hits, park your vehicle in an open area and stay inside it. After the cyclone has passed, stay away from damaged power lines and fallen trees. Drink boiled water to prevent catching a waterborne disease. Earthquakes. The sudden shaking of the earth is called an earthquake. It occurs due to sudden movements below the earth's surface. Earthquakes can occur at any time without any warning. They cause serious damage to life and property. Effects of an earthquake. Huge structures like buildings, bridges, and dams get damaged. Floods may occur when dams break. Electric poles, telephone wires, and trees get uprooted. This affects communication and electricity supply. Sewage pipes break down, resulting in spread of epidemics. Many people die or become homeless when buildings collapse. Precautions. Move out to an open area like a park. Keep away from electric poles, tall buildings, trees, and signboards as they can fall on you. Move out to an open area like a park. Keep away from electric poles, tall buildings, trees, and signboards as they can fall on you. Do not get up if you are in a bed. Protect your head with a pillow. If you are in a vehicle, park it on the side and stay inside it. Make sure that the vehicle is not near trees, electric poles, or any other tall things. In case you cannot move out of the house, take shelter under a sturdy table and cover your head with your hands. Do not stand near things like bookcases, mirrors, or fans that can fall. Tsunamis. Tsunamis are giant waves that are caused due to undersea earthquakes, or volcanic eruptions. Tsunami is a Japanese word which means harbor waves. The waves move at a very high speed and crush all objects in their path. Effects of tsunami: houses and buildings get reduced to rubble. It leads to loss of human lives and livestock. A tsunami disrupts communication and electricity supply due to flooding of roads and breaking of electric poles and telephone lines. Precautions: move away from coastal areas to higher places. Sailors and people sailing in the sea should not return to port if a warning has been issued. The impact of tsunami is more on the shore than in the middle of the sea. Floods. Floods occur when water in the rivers rises and overflows into nearby areas. Floods can occur due to various reasons, some of which are very heavy rainfall and breaking of a dam. Effects of flood. A heavy flood causes massive soil erosion. It destroys buildings, bridges, roads, and other structures. Flood damages crops and stored grains. This leads to shortage of food. Epidemics break out due to unhygienic conditions. Clean drinking water becomes scarce due to contamination. Normal life is disrupted due to damage of telephone lines and electric poles. Humans and livestock die due to drowning. Precautions: in case of a flood, move to high areas like the roof of a house or a treetop. When there is warning about a flood, when there is warning about a flood, inform others around you. Keep enough stock of food, medicines, water, clothes, and waterproof bags to store things. Keep torches, candles, and matchboxes handy. Drink boiled water only. Helping in times of disasters. Disasters are times of emergency. After a disaster, survivors undergo great trauma. Often they lose their family, relatives, or property and depend on others for help. Thus, help from community is very useful during disaster. Immediately after a disaster, help is required to clean the rubble, rescue people buried under collapsed buildings, build temporary houses, give first aid to survivors, and many other things. Many governmental and non governmental organizations and charitable groups come forward to help disaster victims. They help by donating money, transporting supplies, giving blood, or by volunteering to go to the affected areas. Some of these organizations are the National Cadet Corps (NCC), consisting of dedicated and trained youngsters, the Red Cross Society and WHO, World Health Organization, the United Nations Disaster Management Team, UNDMT, Child Relief and CRY. Professionals like doctors, nurses, and firefighters and also play a major role in rescue work. For example, doctors and nurses treat the injured people and create awareness to prevent an outbreak of epidemics. Firefighters help to put out fires. Police officers help in maintaining law and order. They also help to rescue and take people to relief camps. The disaster affected areas are totally cut off from the rest of the world due to destruction of all means of transport and communication. The armed forces drop packets of food, water, clothes, medicines, and other things from helicopters there. The army helps by clearing the roads and constructing temporary houses for the survivor. Even media plays an important role during and after a disaster. It provides information about the disaster hit people to their relatives and friends in other parts of the country. Many schools and colleges collect money, clothes, medicines, and other things and send them to disaster affected areas. Prime Minister National Relief Fund is a program that allows people to contribute money to help people in need throughout the country. Dealing with disasters. You can also help in times of disaster in the following ways, especially if you live in a calamity prone region. Be aware of the kind of disaster that can occur in your region. Practice how to leave your house quickly in case of an emergency. Keep dry eatables, blankets, medicines, torches, and candles handy in an emergency bag. Note important phone numbers of places like police station, ambulance, hospital, and fire station. Keep them handy. In case a disaster occurs, grab the emergency bag, switch off the main electric switch, and quickly move out of the house. Lock it before you go. Inform as many people as you can for help. Help people around you to move to safer places. Do not panic or spread rumors. Stay calm. Give first aid to people who are injured. First aid. First aid is the immediate help given to an injured person before proper medical help arrives. It given on time, if given on time, it can save a life or prevent an injured person's condition from worsening. There are three rules a first aider should keep in mind. Stay calm, act fast, try and arrange for a doctor as fast as possible. Let's read about specific first aid for some common emergencies and injuries. Burns. In case a person's clothes catch fire, make him roll on the ground or wrap him in a thick blanket. This will help to cut off the supply of air and oxygen that is essential for burning. Do not let the victim run. It will fan the fire and spread it. For minor burns, immerse the burnt area in cold water for 15 minutes or supply an ice pack on it. This will prevent the formation of blisters. Apply a soothing antiseptic cream on the burnt area. Never apply oil or ghee on it. For severe burns, rush the victim to a doctor. You can make an ice pack at home. Take a clean cloth like a handkerchief. Put 10 cubes of ice in it. Tie it into a bundle. The ice pack is ready. Never prick blister. They may turn to wound. Cuts and wounds. If the cut is small, wash the area with soap and water. Then apply an antiseptic lotion and put a band-aid on it. For deep cuts, take the victim to a doctor as the wound may require stitches. A cut can be caused due to a rusted or dirty object or a piece of metal. In such a case, the victim must be given an anti-tetanus injection within 24 hours. Fracture. A fracture is a crack in a bone. It may occur due to a fall or an injury. Do not move the fractured part. Use a splinter to prevent movement. It can be made by using a piece of wood, cardboard, long scale, or folded newspaper. A sling can be used to support a broken arm. Take the victim to a doctor as soon as possible. Sprain. The sprain is an injury to a muscle or joint. It results in tearing of tissues, pain, and swelling. Put an ice pack on the sprained area. Then apply a pain relieving ointment and tie a crepe bandage firmly around the sprained region. Know these terms epidemic, a large number of people or animals suffering from the same disease at the same time. Harbor, a place on the coast where ships can be tied up. Trauma, a stage of great shock or sadness. Volunteer, a person who offers or agrees to do something without being forced or paid to do it. Splint, a piece of wood or metal that is tied to a broken arm or leg to keep it in the right position. Let's recall natural calamities occur due to natural forces like movements inside the earth, excess or shortage of water, etc. Cyclones occur in areas near coastlines and islands. They are accompanied by strong winds and heavy rains. The sudden shaking of the earth is called an earthquake. It damages property and life. Tsunamis are giant waves that are caused due to earthquakes and volcanic eruptions under the sea. Due to heavy rainfall, river water may rise and enter nearby areas. This results in floods. The armed forces, NGOs, and the United Nations are actively involved in the helping when disasters occur. First aid is the immediate help given to an injured person before proper medical help arrives.